What's going on, beautiful people? Hope you're all doing well. Glad you made it. It's another social protection. It is Monday, January 17th, 2022, baby. We're doing it. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you all had a great weekend. Hope everybody's safe and sound wherever you are in and around this beautiful planet, aka the blue marble. The struggle is real. Hope everybody's doing well, man. It is beginning of the week, more than halfway through the month. We're at it again. We are doing it. Just happy to be alive and kicking. There's so much happening in and around this world. A lot of things are moving. A lot of things are stagnant. You know, here in Ontario and Toronto, I think, I'm not a parental figure myself, but I've heard the schools are opening again as of today. But at the same time, we've gotten one of our heaviest snowfalls of the year. We might even be doing a record today. We might even be doing it. Start off sometime late in the evening last night at around 10-11, and it's been just pouring down. We've got, you'll step outside and you'll get at least a foot of snow, at least foot, maybe foot and a half. It's up to your knees, dude. Ladies, gentlemen, if you're walking on the streets, if you are driving, whatever you're doing, slow it down, give yourself some time. Try to stay indoors if you can, because saw a couple of cars that were saw a Tesla. Somebody just gave up and they must have been swerving and slipping and sliding, and the car was just parked sideways in the middle of the street and they left it. I don't know if it ran out of battery or what, close to my place of residence, but that's what it is. Like, when around here, we don't play around. We don't play around. That's that heavy duty snow. It's that heavy duty, son. Heavy duty snow. We ain't playing around with that light stuff. This here is that true north. Right here, strong and free. Doing it, man. That's Mother Nature. See, that's the thing. Sometimes we go ahead and mess with Mother Nature. Sometimes we get in the way. We're like, oh, we're gonna close it down, and we're gonna open it up again. And then you want to open it up, Mama Nature's going like, nah, not today. It's not happening. It is not happening. I saw so many vehicles just this morning trying to move inch by inch, and it's just like, if you can't avoid driving today, days like this, doesn't happen too often in the winter, but it's Canada after all. It's supposed to happen, right? If you can't avoid it, because it's not fun getting stuck in the snow, man. I've been there before, and I don't recommend it, but there's always, pros and cons of things, If you must go to work, there is no better day than a snow day to, why you're late. Nature. Oh, it's just snow. A little bit of that white powder. A little bit of that, nature's dandruff, if you will. It's that shedding season or something, man. Mama Nature's just offloading, and it is coming down, and I think it'll be, it happens. January, February, around this time's when it happens. You get a bunch of snowstorms, and then it accumulates, and then, we're almost there, though. We're almost halfway through January already. Got another 2 months, roughly 2 months, ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the Northeast, if you're in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, you feel me? But we got another 2 months, and then it's back to spring, and then hopefully we can all start revving those engines again, dust ourselves off, check out a couple, you gotta look around you. Who made it? Who didn't make it? It's been a lot of things. But that's life. Every day's a test. They say every day's a test, and we're being tested right now by Mother Nature, by our own nature. We're just, things are happening. You gotta take it slow. You know when to rev it up as well. So, me personally, I am taking it slow as I can, because no point of trying to do extra when everything's just, everything's been screech, come to a halt. So you gotta just take it easy. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. The little things. Do nothing schmance, nothing big. I've just been, occupying myself reading a little book here and there. Trying to, I've not gone out as much as I'd like to be honest with y'all. It's a little bit of that again. It's the winter time. It's just, you want to get cozy. You want to just get a blanket, read a book, watch a movie, watch a program, make some food. Oh man, I made some delicious whatchamacallits, dude. Some solid fish and chips. Just last night, eating that. Got some leftovers ready for today. Oh man. A little bit of nice pink salmon, a little bit of that, and salmon is the type of fish that we go, because there's a whole array of arrangements of fish available. Salmon is because we're like salmon, you and I. We eat, you are what you eat. We're eating upstreams only, baby. Upstream fish only. Just fighting for life every day. It's beautiful though. It's beautiful nonetheless. There's so many wonderful things happening that I'm grateful for at the same time. Obviously, like many of you guys out there, like many of you gals out there, I'd like things to open up. I'd like for us to move forward. And yeah, man, I'm excited for spring. I'm excited for new opportunities, new doors opening. Some doors, let's close them. Let's close some doors. Let's make sure they never open up again. That's when it comes to doors. Some doors are good to get shut. Just shut that door. Grab a couple of chains, put a lock over it. Maybe do a little bit of welding. Some doors are meant to be just leave them be. Leave some doors be. But other doors, man. Doors, windows, chimneys, all sorts of different entryways. They're out there. You just got to look for it. You got to put yourself in front of it. Then you got to walk through it, which is mentally, we've been doing that for some time. It's now come down to the actual. And I think in the next several months, we'll get a little bit of a more clear picture of where we stand on certain things. But nonetheless, no set expectations, no particular agenda, really trying to go with life, not try to be dominating, not trying to be passive about it. But that's the best we can do. Come in every day, give it your best, and wrap it up. Come back tomorrow, do it again. Hope everybody's weekend was fun. I don't know what you guys are all up to, but it is winter time. It's that time of year where you might want to grab the kids. If you got a couple of kids, take them out, go down a hill or two. Nothing like sledding or just sliding down a hill. And that's the thing. Use your kid as the sled. That'll make your kid strong, dude. Because anybody can ride a sled, dude. Anybody can grab a couple of garbage bags, tie them together, and roll down the hill. But it's your own kids. Put your knees right on their backs. Build that strength in the core. Teach them about life. You go through a couple of bumps, and then they get snow in their face, and all of a sudden a couple of cuts here and there. It doesn't kill them, but it definitely does make them stronger. I'll tell you that. That's what we used to do. That's how typical, classic Canadian upbringing. Just get on your kid's back, down the hill. That's why they're tough. We're tough. Fucking elements, baby. Facing minus, what is it? It's not even that cool, but it's, again, knee deep in snow. I remember walking, oh man. When I was younger, like way younger, getting stuck here and there, having to travel sometimes. And then back in the day, there were not as many, there was still a lot of great facilities and what have you, but generationally, every 5, 10 years, 15, 20 years, everything gets better. Public transport, oh man. Places where you had to wait half an hour, 45 minutes. Bus comes whizzing by, out of service. You're going in that same way. What do you mean out of service? Out there in the elements, man, for half an hour, 45 minutes. Whew. That'll make a man or a lady out of anybody. Sometimes reverses too. It works in mysterious ways. That's nature. But I'm just I'm just trying to be patient with myself, trying to, take it easy. Been writing a little bit, been thinking about a lot of things. And yeah, doggy, just excited for life, excited for life. But right now I feel like whatever, even if I wanted to, it's a lot of this, that, and the other. But meh, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Can't do anything about it. Don't worry about it. If you can't control it, don't worry about it. Mysterious, wonderful things happening all the time, and it is. And I get creative with my thoughts. So I'm like, how do we all how do we all come together and uplift one another? I uplift me, try to uplift some of you guys out there if I may, if I could, if I should. How do we all make the best of it? How do we all get the most juice out of the squeezing that we all do? How do we get some for you, get some for me, get some for everybody? And right now, there's so many things happening, man. Right now, you're like, man, I don't know what to invest in. Do I go with the stock market? Do I follow the boomers and the zoomers? Do I go, do I deep throat the stock market? That's going in deep as far as your throat will allow you. There's levels to this game. Or do I go invest in crypto and all that jazz? Well, think about it. Think about it. What's going on in the world right now? Right now, as we speak, as we sit down, this is it. When everything slows down, you got things to think about. Serious things, silly things. How does everybody make bank? Let's all make bank. What's happening around the world right now? So many different things. If you read or if you hear, if you're into that sort of thing, being a little bit. And I don't know what the right thing is. I've done different aspects. I've done life where I'm just fully, for a few years, just unplugged out of everything, not into anything. You told me like this is happening, I'd be like, I have no idea. Sure, it's happening. Before that, it's not that I was consuming too much. It was just one of those things where I've always felt like I want to be more in touch with nature. I want to be more in touch with myself and the people around me. I like present time. When I'm with you, when we're each other's presence, phones away. All right? When we're out of each other's sight, bring the phones back. I'm that type of dude. At least I try to maintain it to a certain level. But then things change. Life changes. You change. And you start consuming things. You get a phone again. You start reading things, becoming aware, not that it's, and it's to each their own. To use the phones and the news and the gadgetries and the apps and the, I'm on the lines talking to you guys rather about, trying to maintain a balance with these things, and it's to each their own. Who knows? Maybe you're, again, everybody's threshold's different. You should probably be, use it to your own discretion. Use it for 23 hours a day. I don't know. The point that I was trying to make was that, if you read a little bit of, what's happening around the world, a lot of things, little by little too. It's just like it's trickle, little droplets, little movements here, little movements there, from every direction, little by little, moving in. And what's happening if you pay attention? Recently, major events that are happening down here. What's happening, man? Big moves are being made. Tech is making big moves. Countries, nation states are making big moves. China's been beefing up its, it's just been beefing itself up. Russia's beefing itself up. Everybody's beefing it up. Everybody's gotta, and Europe, there's always different things happening. But, you read places, having domestic disruptions, if you will, like a place like, we just recently saw in Kazakhstan, and previous to that we saw in Myanmar, and previous to that we've seen, a lot of the world, a lot of different regions, Hong Kong, and now they're been, I guess it's little tiny mini steps, right? It doesn't, but feels like whenever I now recently open up the feed, I see things that are a little bit alarming, but also maybe a little bit of an opportunity for everybody to make bank. Let's everybody make bank. You might read some and it might leave a thought in your head or a feeling that, is Ukraine gonna get invaded by Russia? Is Russia gonna annex Ukraine like it did to Crimea? Is China gonna take over Taiwan? Is China gonna take over Taiwan? What's going on? What's going on in the, is it's well, let's cut to the chase. Let's cut to the chase, because certain things, it's like you and I can't stop it, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy the fun or enjoy the bank. Let's all make bank. So, I can't, or maybe you can't, or maybe we can. I don't know. Maybe we can. Who knows? In an ideal world, we don't live in an ideal world, but in an ideal world, we live in a world where we're not fighting each other, where we're not, manufacturing weapons, tech, competing with each other. In an ideal world, maybe we'd be creating all those things, the tech, the weaponry, but as a collective unit. And not in like an evil format where it's like, oh, one world government sort of thing. No, it's like every country has its, benefits and disadvantages, and everybody works together to complement each other. Oh, who's got the most water? I got the most water. Look at all the water we got, dude. I got your water right here. In Canada, we got the waters, for example. Or syrup, dude. Syrup. You want some syrup? You're running low. Your lips have been just, you're feeling, oh, I want to get thirsty, but I want that maple syrup. Quench my thirst. We got you. Some other places, they might have, easier access to, let's say, I don't know, oil or something. We cooperate. A little bit of water for you, a little bit of oil for me. The hands are exchanging commodities. Fantastic. But that's an ideal world. Maybe one day we can work towards that. One day at a time, I believe it. We can achieve it together, teamwork. But right now, it's like, it's still, the old ways of doing things are still, in our collective psyche, in our individualistic psyche, and whenever the world is in, the times are great, times are good. But could they be better? I think we can always make it better. Let's aim towards that direction if we can, if we may, if we should, if we could, if we would. So the way to make bank, I say, take all your investments, and I'm not a financial expert, but I think if you look at it, one of the best industries for the past 10, 20, 30, 50 years, I'd say, maybe, probably even more so if you look at it. If you want to make some bank, invest in weapons manufacturing companies, dude. Invest in who's making ballistic missiles, who's making hypersonic weapons, who's making, the latest GPS tracking system, who's building the fastest AI, who's building the, invest in those companies. And invest in, that way we can all make bank. Aircrafts, who's making the fastest aircraft? You are, I am, because you and I, we're investing in ourselves. But that's what it is, man. The world is in a good place. Hopefully, we all make the best of it. We all make the right decisions. Or sometimes it takes the wrong decisions to come up with the right decisions. I don't know. It's a tricky world we live in. It's full of tricks, full of magic, and we're all in it together. But that's just food for thought. I don't know. I'm not a financial expert, but I would assume You know, little by little. Just. I've never wanted to say this. I think I've only ever mentioned it once, but it's not ever, because it's one of those terms where you don't want to ever throw out too much. Just like any other term, right? You don't want to ever, call this person that too many. Just anything you use too many times, it starts to lose its meaning. It's one of those things. But I just always, want us to be on the safe side rather than, sleepwalk into a potential, global disaster of sorts. That's how do we beat ourselves and beating ourselves? Or rather, how do we, because we've made certain things collectively and it's no bueno, we don't want to repeat it a third time, The WWs, you know what I'm talking about? The first one and the second one. How do we make sure that it doesn't happen a third time? We get ahead of it. We get ahead of it and beat World War III. Let it not happen by beating it at its own game. Beat war with war. So invest more in war. And of course, like for example, like if we'll have a sitch like if Ukraine is about to get invaded, why don't you, stop waiting for the big guys to make the big moves? Ukraine, you invade Russia. Taiwan, same sitch. You're worried about getting annexed, getting taken over. You take over. But that doesn't work. But it's never been done before, maybe. So think outside the box. You're like, man, they're bringing their troops closer. You bring your troops closer. And then we'll send backup troops, I think. Or at least equipment, right? We're selling somebody something, right? Like, I think that's the way it works. Low key, high key, mid-level key. I think it's the trading of the goods and the services. Oh, allies need the backups. Yeah. But that doesn't mean we can't make money and have fun during it. Sure, there's, it's serious business. Lives at risk on the grounds. Important human lives. But that doesn't mean we can't have fun and make bank. We can. Why don't we fake it? Why don't we fake play it and just, but that's the thing. I'm always like, hundreds of thousands of troops everywhere, here, there, everywhere, and then you're like, man, these guys have been practicing for many a generations now, and the world's not yet had. We've had a ton of countries are in social unrest, if you will, but it's just like you wanted to simmer down. You wanted to simmer down. You wanted to, calm down collectively. But at the same rate, I do see people everywhere. Like, everybody's, as much as we like to be we're that upbeat generation. This generation's the golden generation. I know they've said that about many other previous generations, but this one's fucking golden, bro. Ladies, it's the roaring 20s, I think. And things are looking bright for you and I. Depends, on a lot of factors. But all I'm saying is think outside of it. The little countries. You annex the big country. You move into Russia, call it Ukraine, dude. Problem solved. Same with Taiwan. Do it. It's that, there's a feeling of wanting to be part of each other's lives, be one with one another. But it's funny somehow it works out, and it doesn't work out in that maybe the intention's to bring folks together. Let's rebuild the empire, or let's preserve the empire. Whichever empire is being preserved or trying to get grown or what have you. It's tricky business, and you want to be inclusive, but you don't want to be inclusive by force. I don't even know what I'm saying, dude. I don't even know what I'm saying. So, I'm just thinking outside the box is what I'm trying to do. What else has been happening around the world, man? News that just came in and just like they peppered it in a little bit and then quickly just cover it up and then just shh, don't talk about it. No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. What did it even happen? Did it even happen? What caused it? Man, read a headline, then I read the article, then I had questions inside me that were just like, that's what it is. Question time, baby. Alphonso Davis. Alphonso Davis. Canadian soccer player. Winger, left back, sometimes forward. Oh, the trifecta. One of the best, amongst the best. Supposed to play for Canada. He's going to be missing the next 3 matches. He also happens to be a star on one of the best teams, one of the best soccer teams on the planet, Bayern Munich. But he's now missing the next 3 games for Canada. You don't want him missing games, bro, because this kid, when he's on the field, I believe he's 21, when he's on the field, when he syncs up with the likes of Robert Lewandowski. You have Lewandowski, passes it to Davis, Davis to Lewandowski, Lewandowski to Davis, Davis to Lewandowski, Robert to Alphonso, Alphonso to Robert, Robert to Alphonso, Alphonso to Robert, Lewandowski, in, where'd it go? It's in your net, it's in the back of the net, and it just kissed, it just a little peck on the woodwork, back of the net. Where'd it go? Back of the net, that's where it's at. But now, our boy sidelined, missing at least 3 of the next World Cup qualifying games that Canada was supposed to be playing. All due to what? Oh, he got the schmarona. And now he's got myocarditis. And if you were to read the first article, and then read the second article, no mention of why did he get the myocarditis? Why? So now you gotta go on, now you gotta step outside of Google's. Now you gotta go on DuckDuckGo to do some extracurricular searching. DuckDuckGo searching, baby. Finally, one article points out that he got his booster shot back in December. Now, I'm not saying it. The article certainly didn't say it. But the other 2 articles failed to even mention, because that's what it was. Like, I was just like reading the article, made it seem as if he just, as if he just caught corona and now he has myocarditis. But if you read other articles, you'll know that he had shots and then he got the booster in December. And now, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, if it smells like a duck, if it sheds like a duck, if it eats like a duck, if it talks like a duck, if it covered those already. See where I'm going with this? Is it related? Is there a correlation? Hopefully, of course, we don't want this to be a thing. Hopefully that this is something that he'll just lay low and recover, and 3 games is all he'll miss. He'll be back, brand new, spanking brand new. But there are other players, some other players that were mentioned. I forget their name. Missing 10 games with the ditis. Who caused it? Where did it come from? Good questions. Hardly covered on the articles. Barely even mentioned that they got their booster, and not even a hint that is there. And it's just one little teeny tiny example of suppression of information. Because again, if you were to read the mainstream articles, the corporate, and I don't like using anything in terms of a generic, because there are good people in corporate media, rare, just like anything else, because there's a lot of, we all know, but there are good people as well. But the general articles that get tossed out there, not done with the most, sense of integrity, or like, what's just the facts, what's just the truth, what happened. Because the way you read an article, it's like, oh, well, yeah, you just got COVID. All right, you just got COVID, no big deal, and got the ditis. But the questions go off in your head. Why did a 21-year-old need to, in the first place, get? And I just like to ask questions. That's all I do. I don't have any answers. I don't know. But is there a correlation? The fact that it's not even mentioned in the damn article is a little bit alarming, to be honest. But that's that. Because that's what it is, man. You put that boy on the field, next thing you know, it's game, set, match. It's game, set, match, baby. Hopefully, Alfonso and all the other players who've been impacted. Hopefully they'll recover. Hopefully it's just something minor. But, you know, just saying. What else is happening, man? What else is happening? A lot of things, but at the same time, I just want us to, if I'm not mistaken, Canada is to lift all the mandates and the restrictions by the end of March. Everything they've said. Could we do without them a little bit quicker? Absolutely. Bet your bottom dollar we can. But my concern is that, how do we ensure these mandates, these rules don't become a permanent thing? How do we make sure they don't get an extension again? How do you protect your bodily autonomy? How do you protect your kids' bodily autonomy? How do you protect your business? How do you protect your freedoms? It's a lot of people are waking up. A lot of people are rising up, working together. There's so many beautiful things happening, and I think together, collectively, we'll figure it out. We'll do it together. But I just don't want this to, and I want people to be thinking about this, so that we don't just, again, sleepwalk into certain situations, whether it's on a global scale or local /global, dude. Local, global. You don't want to just get caught off guard, and because it's weird, man. Wow. 2 years now. 2 years. Who would have thought, looking back? Who would have thought? Ladies and gentlemen, these are the days of our lives. Really, I can't imagine doing this any longer than, I can't imagine what it's like for people with children. God, the back and forth with the schools, or if you have a business that's reliant on you opening up shop, and these are all the things that, it's so important that we get people back together in a community, whether your community's the gym, whether your community's the music schools, or or regular schools, or you're into, you work hard, and then in the evenings you and your buds, you go to the pub, or you go to a karaoke place, or you go get a haircut, and you guys do karaoke at the same joint. They've done it. I'm sure they've done it. Did some people get a couple of extra, snips here and there? Sure, absolutely. Was it the best haircut? No. Was it the most fun haircut? Absolutely. Did you end up with a couple of scratches and cuts? Maybe, but hey, what happens at Joseph's stays at Joseph's, all right? You walk away with the experience. You got a story to tell. That's what that is. But nonetheless, man, I just want to be seeing everybody up and running again, everybody just coming together, just getting the most out of life, really. That's pretty much it. I hope everybody's had a wonderful weekend. I hope you guys have a wonderful start to your week. It is Monday, baby. We are rocking and rolling through life, ever so gently, ever so slowly, of course. It's slow-mo rock and roll time, baby. Slow-mo rock and roll time. All right? And then when it comes, I think around springtime, we're going to start revving it up. Oh, man. Who knows where we're going to end up? Hopefully good places. That's the intent. Hopefully good places with good people doing good things. Doing it. I was out there this morning, man, and I got a lot of snow just everywhere. In my, I wore the boots, I wore the pants, I doubled up, I doubled down, layered up. 2 pants, socks, straight up boots. But that's what it is. When you're out there and there's a foot of snow on the ground, you're gonna get some snow in your shoes. You're gonna get some snow in your boots. And there's nothing you can do about that. There's literally nothing you can do about that. It's just, and it's all the training that we've been doing together. It's when you gotta stay calm. It's because you lose your cool, calm, and collected head. That's when things can go terribly wrong, my friends. You know, sure. Are your toes freezing? Yeah, absolutely. Are the socks drenched right now? Are they soaked? Are they wet? Are they sticking to your skin? Are your toes like really pink? Yeah, yeah. In the back of your mind, you're not too concerned about it, but in the back of your mind, you're probably thinking, man, am I gonna get frostbite? Long-term exposure? Yeah. Half an hour? No. 45? No. An hour? No. 2 hours? Maybe. But it just, it made me realize, man, how lucky are we? How lucky are we that we've got, the best of the best of the equipments, best of the supplies, best of the best there is, so that you and I are comfortable. Sure, you might get a little bit wet here, you might get a little bit cold there, but at the end of the day, for the most part, we're all taken care of. That's what it is, man. I want everybody to be taken care of. That's what it is. It makes me realize, man, all those people that we saw during spring, summer, and fall that don't have a proper shelter, don't have access to this, that, and the other, man, how difficult must it be to get around. And again, my heart goes out. At the same time, I don't believe in, I don't know what I believe in. I believe in just humanity, humans just being human together, being one. That's all. There's not much, this, they say you want to level down. I'm reading a book on a line that just stuck in my mind. It said, you want to level the world, level your head first. You want to level the world, level your head first. Fucking leveling the head, baby. I'm leveling the head. I am using all sorts of utensils, dude. We're gonna get laser precision level-headedness to us. Yeah, fuck it. It doesn't mean we're not gonna wobble around. Doesn't mean we're not gonna dance, baby. Wiggling and wobbling, but it'll all be balanced. We're like, because you can have one of those medicine balls and then put like a little platform over it and then rest your feet on top of the platform, and then still, is it off balance? Is it on balance? As long as you're not falling, balance acquired, balance achieved, slaying the balance game. So they said level your head, then you'll level the world. And that could be interpreted in different ways. Leveling doesn't necessarily, problem is if you want to flatten out the world, flatten out your head. So go ahead, just put your head on the table, start banging with a big, heavy, hefty book. Just press. Put some weight on it. Really try to get it even out. Whichever way you're working, level it out, baby. Just squeeze and squeeze. And, that'll, one day at a time, one step. I think that goes to say, if you want to, I think that could be loosely translated, or maybe loosely just interpreted in the sense that if you want to help the world, help yourself. Not in like a selfish way, but start with yourself is the key core concept of that message. Maybe the moral of the story is that start with yourself. That's what it is, baby. Here we're all about starting it with ourself and moving, trying to create those little teeny tiny, I guess, ripple effects, those positive little outcomes that, some you get to see them up close and personal. Some take time, some you might not even see it, but it's bound to happen, dude. It's bound to happen, ladies and gentlemen, because a butterfly that flaps its wing down in the Sahara Desert, what's it doing down in the Sahara Desert, you ask? It's a curious butterfly. It's gone ahead and it's flapped its wing, and guess what? 72 hours later, all the way in Bangladesh, the flaps have caused pollen to move ferociously through the population. Oh, it's allergy season. God damn it, we're all sneezing in Bangladesh now. Guess what? Somebody gets annoyed by all the sneezing. They get to work. They go to school 4, 8, 10, 12 years of hardcore medicine. Next thing you know, allergy medicine comes out. The ball's rolling essentially, that's what it is. So flap your wings, little butterfly. Get inside that cocoon unknowingly. Wait for the surprise. It'll be glorious, I'm sure of it, because that's for the most part. If you don't end up getting, because nature's also really rough out there, so be careful. So find a sweet spot to make your little cocoon. But after that, man, just sit tight. Right now we're sitting tight, cocooning up, baby. But don't coddle. Gosh, balance. All about that balance. Love y'all, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back here again on Wednesday. In the meantime, check on our boy Alfonso. I want to see him back on the field. I've had plans was it the end of January or end of February? I don't know, end of one of these next months. Canada is going to be hosting the United States, and if you think you're going to send your boys up north and you think that you can just conquer these lands up here, well, I got another thing or two coming for you fellas. We had to sit down with the team. We went over some statistics. We went over some charts. We did it with the ladies. You saw what happened with the ladies team. You think we're not going to replicate what happened with the ladies team with the fellas? But this time you're like, man, I know all about the poutine game. You're going to give us all poutine. You're going to call us over. Oh, guys, let's all hang together. We're Northern brothers, and we're going to hang together, have some poutine, have some beers. Next thing you know, you're getting awful gassy. You can't run on the pitch the next day. That game's already been done. This time, guess what? You're coming in the cold season, son. You ain't used to playing in the snow. You're gonna get here and oh my god. It's done. Team Canada, I'm talking to you, Team Canada. Let's go. We gotta get to not the Olympics. We gotta get to the World Cup. And sure, there's fucking issues everywhere too, but nonetheless, Canada, we're gonna fucking stick it to all the team, whichever team. Of course, we love peepsies, but when it comes to soccer, when we see blood, we see blood. We see blood and we draw blood. We draw blood and we see blood and we sniff blood. We snort blood. We donate blood, son. Up in this bitch. What's your type? Sure as hell don't know mine, but what's your type? Our turf. It's so white outside, your eyes are gonna hurt. You're not used to this. You're not used to just slightly squinting. You think slightly squinting comes easy, years of hard work and sweat. Then you can slightly squint like this, and man, it's like not even bothering you. But 2 minutes of this for the average folk who are down south. Oh, we the true north up in this bitch. You think you can just come on our turf and win games? Maybe. It's soccer. You never know what happens, but we're gonna just give it our best. And oh, Alfonso, get back in there. Give him the best meds. Best meds for Alfonso and everybody else as well. Once again, the ditis. He got the corona. How'd he get it? Recover quickly. Your country is waiting for you to recover quickly and get back on the pitch, baby. Get back on the pitch. Everybody else, just calm down. Everybody else, just calm down. And with that, I'm gonna leave you guys on a high note, on a medium to high note, and we're gonna just keep on raising the roof through the week. Raising this fucking roof, bro. We're gonna raise this roof, and we're gonna be roofless. We're gonna go topless, baby. I'll talk to y'all on Wednesday. Peace out.